building. High priestess in the building, didn't let my fears kill me. Transmuted my pain in that cleanse in the rain. Down out, I was worth it and I conquered my demons. I accepted my purpose and the goddess I became.
And so I wanted to also touch base on the ones who are just starting on their path.
Mm,
I think like this is really important because people who are starting on their path, spiritual path, at the beginning, you're meditating, you're doing this, you're grounding,
right,
you're doing your gratitude, you are feeling great, and you're just like, okay, but what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to learn? And then you look at
right,
other people around you, you're just like, okay, well, that's why I don't like to use the word gifted. There are people, yes, who have, like, let's say for mediumship,
mm,
who've had the ability to, or who
right,
have been mediums since they were kids. Now, I didn't realize until like went deeper into a healing that I was one of them. I had repressed, because
right, right, right.
because of religion and my upbringing. Now, I have also seen people who that wasn't what they grew up in, or that's at least that's not what they think as a
Right,
child they had that, and they learned it, they mastered it, they became amazing. So that's why
right,
I like to say I like to say ability, because I don't want anybody who is interested in like learning channeling, learning mediumship, becoming a psychic, whatever it may be,
right,
becoming a healer. I don't want to discourage them. Just because you
right.
weren't naturally born with it doesn't mean you cannot become it.
See,
Now,
that's where I don't like when people say that because it's like we actually all are naturally born with it, right? But
yes,
somewhere in your childhood, it's suppressed. It always is suppressed. Even
yep,
myself, I did the same thing. I remember those breaths on me when I was a kid, but that shit
oh
used to
yeah,
scare the hell out of me, and my parents made me think I was just imagining shit. So you suppress it. You
oh yeah,
suppress it, and then you have no more memory of those moments, but they were there.
oh
We
yeah.
see babies all the time smiling and laughing and shit, with people.
Exactly,
They're open.
exactly. Oh my God. And when I like go around my nephews, especially, I have a baby nephew and the 1.5-year-old one, like they see me and there's a glow about them. They can tell. They can tell. They're
Yeah.
just like, So so the ones who are just starting on you're just starting on your path. This is what I want you to know. The number one thing to be concerned about, or to even not worry about or be concerned about, or to work on, is healing, learning
Mm,
how to love yourself, learning how to get over your trauma, any past hurt, any past, forgiveness, and then becoming the best version of yourself. Now, this is a purpose for everybody all across. No matter where you are on your path,
right.
it is becoming the best version of yourself. It is getting to that place where you feeling so much love. Now, with that love, are you going to have days when you're not feeling love? Of course, we all have those,
Right.
We still have to deal with those. And while you're healing, are you going to have things that, there's still going to be dark nights of the soul that come up? There's still going to be ego deaths that come up. But are you able to, once you've done that healing, once you've like tackled that issue,
Mm,
are you able to come back to that place? Are you able to come back to the love frequency? So
right.
I mentioned something to Ariana earlier, is When I channel, I usually get like messages just come to me. Sometimes it's during meditation, but it's usually when I'm just like doing random things. And I've never had, I do channel mostly archangels, but also ascended masters. Mother Mary is one I work very closely with. Mary Magdalene is another. I absolutely love her. I feel like I embody her on so many levels. And But the archangels, especially. The two that I work with more than anyone are the Archangel Michael, my right hand person. Like he's the one that's always with me. And then
Mm,
Archangel Metatron. Now, I've worked with, of course, I've had Archangel Raphael, Archangel Ariel, and I've had Archangel Gabriel come to me, but um, 2 days ago, and normally I've had this streak where I haven't been having dreams, and
mm,
that's for another time. That's a story for another time. I found out why, but so I that night I had two extremely vivid dreams. I didn't even have to write them down. Like, so when you have dreams like that, these are messages. These are, like when you wake up and it's a couple of days later and I still remember them clearly. So it was Archangel Gabriel, and it was literally this man that was a father, and there was like a mother figure, but like I couldn't see her. And they were at a store and they were looking for like an archangel. For some reason, they wanted Archangel Gabriel. They were looking for an Archangel Gabriel, like little, I don't know, like it's maybe stuffed animal or something to put on top of like on the crib. And
mm,
and Mother Mary was there, and I couldn't figure out. And there was a baby. There was a baby already. I couldn't figure out what like what it was like, the message behind it. And so when you and I spoke earlier about, are we still on for today? And I was for a couple of days, like I've been thinking about it, and I've just like I know usually when I can't like understand it immediately, I'll figure it out eventually. And after I hung up with you, literally, I told you I had errands to run. Like I was saying 333, 777, like ascended masters. 777 is the Holy Spirit, like that's like,
right, right,
and so, um, and 111, like I was seeing all these, repetitive numbers. And yes, it's been a while. I have my special numbers that are not repetitive now that I see all the time. So it's not, like I look for though, but it was like I couldn't believe it. It was like I logged on to my bank and it was like you have 111, like $1.11 in reward. I was like, this is so
right.
crazy. I just seen 111, and it was like my credit card. I was like, what? This is it's like so, then I was like, oh my gosh, this makes sense.
Mm,
Like I am getting ready to like talk about purpose tonight. And we've been going through rough energies, rough energies. Not everybody feels them, the same. And I do
right.
believe they come in waves, because can you imagine if we all felt the same energy at the same time? Like we would go nuts. They have to come in
Mm,
waves, and they normally do. But to me, like I want to say like last week and this past weekend, it was really rough for me. It was really, really rough. Like I didn't
yeah.
want to go anywhere. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want anything. And Mother Mary is, she's a deity. She is the mother of all. She comes through as a motherly figure. She wants you to
Mm,
know that no matter who you are, no matter what you are, right? You are loved. You are divine. You are perfect the way that you are.
right.
And a lot of the stuff that we so to me that's where the baby came in, because she's coming through it to us as the motherly figure. And then Archangel Gabriel is about communication, speaking our truth, is about, like, especially when we're talking, especially when we're getting ready to speak anything spiritually. It's about, making sure I definitely called on her, and I definitely, invoked. And I say her. A lot of
Right.
people, and there are archangels, there are set ones that are like him, but there are ones that are like her or him. Gabriel can go either way. So I go with her. But I definitely invoked her, and I definitely asked her to speak through me, whatever she wanted me, like, to say, because I know that both of them in that dream, she was telling me that I want you to say what's important. I want you to make sure that you touch on, like, every purpose, every person's purpose, not just the ones that who are necessarily been on the spiritual path, the ones who are just starting on the path, the ones
Right.
who, um, or the ones who just, like, just finished, like, their first dark night of the soul, or ego death,
Right.
or whatever it may be, or
Right.
kind of awakening, or whatever it may be. Like, it's important, and the ones who are, like, continuing to go, because, as I mentioned before, it is important to understand that your purpose could change, easily change. My
Right.
purpose, I've seen it change. And
Right.
but I know where my passion is. My passion is mediumship. Um, and I that will always be part of my purpose. However, did I ever in a million years, if you would have asked me a year ago, think that I would become a Reiki master? No,
Right.
I had no interest in, like, it just healing just was, I just didn't think that I had it in me. I didn't think that I was capable of doing it. And
Right.
then not only did I realize that I was capable of doing it, but how much it, as far as my frequency, as far as my vibration, how much, like, it made every day better. It made me, it
Mm.
made the energies that we deal with, ascension energies, the cosmic flares, whatever it may be, easier to
Mm.
deal with. I would feel bad. People would be talking about, like, oh, they feel horrible. And I would just say, okay, I'm not going to say anything because I feel just fine, Like, so
Right. Right.
just goes to show you that, because, go with what, just like you said, go with what your heart feels, but don't be
Mm.
surprised if that changes. Don't be surprised if you want to add to it. And don't
Right.
feel like you have to stick to a certain curriculum. Like, that's
Right.
why I'm not, practicing Reiki yet, because I'm doing something different.
No, I was working and I conquered my demons. I accepted my purpose and the goddess I became.